My name's Linda Ohlson. I'm currently working as an IDVA, a court IDVA for North Devon against domestic abuse. I'm working remotely at the moment. I managed a refuge for 10 years previous to going to Devon. Well, actually, I'm officially retired, but they called me up after 3 months, so that's how I went back. And my background is in domestic abuse, women's issues, being a bit of an activist in my time, marching for women's rights, challenging oppression, black, minority, ethnic issues, and generally just anything that's rooted in women's oppression I've been involved in challenging. I got involved with Sanguini. I was a mature student at university in Sunderland. I was doing a community and youth work degree, and I was attending a couple of multi-agency meetings in the community, and Sanguini Srilika was there as a representative of Sanguini. Had been running about 2 years, and we had a chat, and I decided I'd like to do my second year placement with Sanguini. It was just being established, so that's how I became involved with Sanguini at the time. I first went as a student, so I had a couple of tasks to complete, so to speak. One of them was to identify all the BAME communities in Sunderland. So I got past all the gatekeepers, and there was 15 BAME people who identified as who organisations, Black African organisation, there was the Afghani organisation, the Iraqi, just little pockets of isolated organisations, all running and functioning as best they could with limited funds. And so just was introducing all the different organisations to Sanguini and their ethos and what we're about, and would they like to be involved in any projects that we're running in the future. Yeah, so that was me, the placement from uni, and then I just continued where I'd finished with my placement volunteering, and then they got some money, I think National Lottery, for funding for a development worker. So I applied for the role, got the role, and then the local health authority, Sunderland Health Partnership, were looking for someone to produce a piece of work, research for the health inequalities of BME people, as it was then, not BME now. And so myself and Stella McGoy, who was African woman, we both went for the interview on behalf of Sanguini, told them how we planned to do this research to find out about the inequalities, and I'd already accessed the 15 groups in the community. So we were lucky. We sold it. We said we were going to use when we did the community development approach, getting the people and do art workshops while we were informally talking to the people about their experiences within the health service in Sunderland. And the findings were produced in a book and disseminated all over the northeast. That was in 2006, and that was about a 4 to 6 month project we did. We done the literature interview, literature review, and then we pulled the research together, and it was, and then I'd done the action plan. Actually, I forgot about that afterwards. Yeah, so, and that was all between 2003 and 2006, 3 years of being proactive and getting the voices of the people we were working with heard out there. At the time, round about late 90s, early 2000s, there was a BNP candidate in every ward of Sunderland. I think 20 or 28 wards, I'm not sure of them. Just, yeah, don't quote me on that. And so there was a lot of racism in the city, and so to challenge that with young people, so we targeted to be involved in these projects, young people from the YMCA, people from young women from the aftercare service, and There was a TZ project that was run by Weeside Women in Need, all women at risk or have been abused, and they were all on the same road. So tapped into their resources, got the women involved to meet with the young Asian women, not all young, and swap stories, and it was fantastic. There was a few old women there, so it was like intergenerational work as well. And you know, the young local women, I know there's BME local women, but the women from the YMCA were asking lots of questions, and you know, no one was offended. They were saying, "Oh, why are you eating with your hands?" And they were telling them, and so it was massively educational for all the young people. But I think they really got a lot out of that, the young women in the YMCA. They done creative writing together, they done artwork together, they done cookery together, and it was just fantastic to see all these people coming together and learning from each other. Real informal education, it was brilliant.